Hello, 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 and welcome to the, Cup- the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real entity in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her, I am currently drinking on some water because absolutely I'm thirsty today, and so I'll probably be drinking on this water and go get another one because I am that thirsty. But I also have my cup mug available just in case I need to pour something in there. Period. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Those links will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And well, I guess there are some excuses. If your country is on fire, or underwater, then there are some excuses. And if that is the case, we send our sincere thoughts and prayers to you and yours, and hope that everyone gets out safely, and you'll be in a place of normalcy very, very soon. And once you do that, and you're ready to celebrate, celebrate with some cup merch. Duh. Thanks.
And hello, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get ahead. Uh, I'm also drinking on some water today because I am also incredibly thirsty. Also, I am really cold, so the weather is changing. I am having a mental breakdown, but yes.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I am debuting my shirt from John Fedeliaga. Yes,
Ooh.
it came
Yay.
after the season ended for Philippines, so I didn't get to wear it then, but I'm wearing it now, and we love John. But as far as drinks goes, you all will never guess what I'm drinking.
I think it's. Oh, I was wrong. I was thinking it was gonna be a martini or something.
Yeah, I considered a martini for the first time in
Mhm.
my life, or
Mhm.
sticking with water for the
Okay.
uh, 8,000th time in my life,
Works.
and I went with water.
Period. And
You're
we
just
are here.
hydrated today.
I mean, you're just hydrated. Your skin's
Yep.
glowing.
And it's wet. It is wet. My water looks wet and is wet.
My water looks wet, but it's not really that wet.
My
No,
water
it's.
looks dry and is pretty dry.
Yep.
You see how it all works out somehow. And we're going to talk about how wet everybody's water is in a little bit. But before we do that, before we dive into Thailand, because we are talking about Thailand episode 2, and it's a ball, y'all. So we got a lot to talk about. So if you think I'm rushing through this, it's because I am, because we got 33 looks to talk about. And we got a whole episode and then a whole 33 looks to talk about. So we are trying to get through all of this so we don't keep y'all here for 18 hours because we don't want to be here that long. So there we go. Before we do anything, subscribe to this channel. You see how hard we're working to try to be sufficient and get everybody out of here in a sufficient manner. So subscribe to this channel, all of our other channels, and all those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast link so you can listen to us on the go, as well as our Patreon so you can check out early access to all of our look over here of all the seasons that are on right now, including this one, and our exclusive content that we have coming out and just for the Patreon. So if you want to know about all of that and know what's in our tea room, you might want to join our Patreon. And yeah, let's get into it, y'all. So we're coming back into the workroom. Nobody's gone. Everybody's still there.
Yeah, everyone's
Everybody's
safe.
still there. Love that for
Yes.
them.
Apparently, Shotgun almost got eliminated on their birthday, which is
That would
wild.
have been sad. That would have been very sad.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Lord.
What a birthday to remember every year. It's like, this is the day I got eliminated from my dream. Well, Julie. But she
Well,
didn't.
Julie.
She didn't, and she was able to be there, still there. They got to sing happy birthday to her really quickly. That was lovely. Everybody was very excited that both Shotgun and Sriracha Hot Sauce did not go home, and everybody was very happy for her. them. And then they turned and was like, and to Frankie, yay, you won. Congratulations. And she was like, yay, thanks. You know. And then the conversation happened. And I was like, wow, where did that come from? It felt very much out of nowhere to me from ZP.
Mhm.
But apparently they're friends. They were friends. And so I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Sometimes I talk a little reckless with my friends, so maybe it could, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not that reckless, not to hurt their feelings. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this conversation that CP had with um like Frankie. It felt weird to me. It felt very odd. Like it felt like CP was just angry that she wasn't the one that won the challenge and was like kind of lashing out against Frankie, like for winning the challenge. It just felt very like odd, and she wasn't the only one. Spicy then also decided to gang up on Frankie, and like they were just basically telling her that like her win was undeserved, which it wasn't. So I'm just confused as to like why we're saying this. Like I'm just confused.
Yeah, it was interesting because, well, first of all, she didn't say you didn't deserve to win. It was more of a question. It was like, do you think you deserve to win? But it was a very pointed question.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was very like a roundabout way of saying like I personally don't think you deserved it, but do you?
Right. But her reasoning was very interesting because it all stemmed from the fact that she didn't think that her runway fit the criteria of wet. And she seemed really stuck on that one aspect and
Mhm.
didn't mention at all the talent show. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, have you only watched Drag Race Thailand and you only know the rules of Drag Race Thailand season 1 and 2? So you're
Hmm.
expecting somebody to get a win based on their runway? And
Right.
she didn't even say I should have won. She said Benzediva should have won based on the runway. And I'm like, it's not about the runway
Not about the
anymore.
Yeah,
runway.
Those
it's
days
not
are
about the
gone,
runway.
girl. The runway
Right.
matters very little now because
Hmm.
we're in the global drag race format now. But I do think Frankie was getting. I understand getting upset. I think
Hmm.
Frankie was feeling a little too sensitive about this, and I get it. But I don't think that they were going at her as hard as she felt it. The feelings are valid.
Wow.
Well, do you disagree?
No, I agree, but I don't. But no, I kind of disagree.
Okay.
I mean, only because and this is no shade to you, but like this is surprising that you're saying this because you're always the one defending the queens for when somebody is coming at them for feeling attacked. Like, oh, they're being so mean. Like you're the ones like, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's like, are they being so sensitive about it? Why are you being so like? It's not that bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. And you're like, but no, because if it was me, you know what I mean? Like you're very
Oh yeah,
more
I
empathetic.
probably would be the same way.
Like if it was me, I'll be like, no, like be very. And so I'm just shocked that you said
Yeah.
that. But no, I disagree with you because I feel like in that moment, it felt like they were trying to take away the validity of her win.
Mhm.
And when you're saying that what I did wasn't good enough, and you're taking away my validity in this win that I just did in right in this moment. Like it ain't even been a whole day. It ain't even been
Mm-hmm.
24 hours, and you already saying discrediting my win. I would feel very like, whoa. And then you're supposed to be my friend on top of that. Like that's where I'll be like, yeah, maybe I did take it a little hard, but that's because it's coming from you. I think if it would have came from anybody other than her friends, it probably would have been like, whatever, you don't know me, I don't care about. But when it comes from somebody who's supposed to know you and y'all consider each other friends, like if you did that to me, I'd be like, what? Oh, that's how we feel now. And I would take it very much more personal than I would do somebody who don't know me. So I think that's where that came in. I think I would
Yeah,
assume.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but I'm just used to people having opinions and being allowed to voice their opinions. And I felt like
Mhm.
they did it in a pretty respectful way. Like, sure, they made it pretty clear, like, oh, yeah, that's not how I would have done if I judged it. But I did not feel like it was malicious. Sure, it
Mhm.
was invalidating, but we see that like almost every episode. Somebody has like an opinion, and we see
Mhm.
it so frequently on every Drag Race franchise that not everybody's going to agree with the winner. And that's
Absolutely.
okay. Like, if I'm Frankie, I'm like, fine. You don't think I deserved it? I
The
still got
judges
it. So
did.
that's all that matters.
I get you, and I agree with that. I just think it was. I feel like it was more since it was coming from friends
Mm.
that she probably took it a little bit
But
more
don't you want
personal.
your friends to be honest with you?
No,
Maybe not
not
on
like that.
TV. Not on
No, and not
TV.
on TV, and not when you think I didn't do a good job. Absolutely not. Lie to me,
Mhm.
lie to me, and then you tell me off camera,
Fair.
like, girl, I don't think you'll look. Then we can have it out and we can deal with it. I don't want you to try to correct me or like police me on television, on international television when we supposed to be friends. Like, nah, nah.
Yeah,
She
Don't do
could have looked more wet.
that.
I
But in her
guess.
defense, in her defense, I would have. I feel like she could have came back, beta like, baby, but it's not up to you. But it's
Exactly.
not up to you.
Mhm.
You can feel all you want. Feel all in your feelings. Marinate in your feelings. Drown in your feelings. Be all up in your feelings. But it ain't about you. The judges said what they
Be wet
said,
while
and it
you
is
drown
what.
in those feelings.
Period. You can
Yeah.
be as wet as you want as you drown in your feelings, but just know the judges gave me the badge.
Be wet from
Period.
your tears right now.
I would have held up a cup. Let me put these your
Yep.
tears in the
Let
cup,
me drink them up. Let me drink them.
I just didn't expect
baby.
her to cry.
Yeah,
Like, I felt bad for her because
yeah.
Frankie is my favorite
I
after
love
two
her. Yeah.
episodes.
Yes.
So, and I can relate. I feel like I can
Yes.
relate to her, and maybe me
Mm-hmm.
saying like it's okay, be a little bit stronger in this moment
Mm-hmm.
is also me talking to myself because I know I would
Maybe.
have crumbled.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I feel like Frankie is just a very sensitive person and like is very in touch with their feelings, and so I think in this moment in which their like who should be their support system is telling them like, hey, absolutely not. I think she felt that moment of like, oh, I don't have like no one has my back. I am alone in this competition,
Mm-hmm.
and like my friends don't have my back. I am screwed and I am alone, and so
Yeah.
like I
Like even
think
the
that
little support system
realization,
that I thought I had. Yeah.
yeah, that realization really like shook her, and like I like it was just a lot. I think between that and also the fact that Frankie is very emotional and like very sensitive, which is absolutely fine.
Mhm.
I felt like she was just really overwhelmed in that moment.
And
So
I mean,
I got it.
I agree, and I think the fact that it continued over into the next day as well, like it just continued to
Mhm.
be an issue, and then it went back and forth. I would have felt like, okay, still, and then here you come, spicy joining the party too, and it's like all these people are my friends, and now y'all both like, I don't know if you deserved it or not, but I'm just saying, I'll be like, okay, okay, and she got a little feisty, a little bit, mm, the next day, kind of digging back. But like you said, Eduardo, I think she was just sensitive in that moment, and I agree with you, David. I do agree with you. I was just very shocked that you said it, but I do agree with you. She do need to like you got to toughen up a little bit
Mhm.
and don't let everything get to you because, like you said, all these queens are so shady. Like that's just what they do.
Mhm.
They bar back and forth with each other all the time, and so it's like, it's so shady, but you gotta know how to give it with them and give and take it. If you go take it, give it to them, you gotta know how to take it.
Right.
But like I said, I think it's just
Yeah.
because the friend aspect of it all kind of threw her off her game for a second. But we did see them kind of resolve it in the workroom later on. So I love that fact that they kind of was like, we're not gonna just let this bother us throughout the rest of the season. We go squash it and be done with it. It is what it is. But and then Miss Pangina comes in and be like, "So Frankie, how do you feel about your win?" And it's just like,
So Pangina comes in her pre-recorded voice and
Right?
starts some
The
drama.
ADR.
Very much. I was like, first of all, this audio is really bothering me. I really hope they fix this because it's really bothering me. But I'm like, not you coming in because you know they was just arguing because you was standing out the door listening to them argue about this win, and you like, so how'd you like your win? And it's like, um, yeah, great. My friends hate me, but it's great. Love it.
I'm
Love it.
having a wonderful time. My
Having the
friends hate
best
me.
time of my life. My friends don't like me and they don't think I deserve to win, but everything's great. It's great. It's
And
wonderful.
everybody claps for her.
Like,
Yay.
yay. It was so weird and awkward and
Me when I lose
so
any
funny.
game, me just
It was so funny. I was like, not this.
this
Not
is
this.
But
Oh
I'm so
man.
glad you brought up the ADR that Pangina
Mm-hmm.
had because I was
Mm-hmm.
so confused at first. I'm like, what is going on? Why does this sound like a
uh-huh.
recorded voice? But it matched up pretty dang well. And
Yeah.
I think what happened, so she had this like little like flower piece here, and I'm guessing that her mic was either in that or under it, and so it got pretty muffled because
Mm-hmm.
you would hear the ADR version and then you would hear like the real audio at points,
Mm-hmm.
and it was crunchy and it was
Oh.
muffled, and I just know Pangina was like, what do you mean I need to record a voiceover of everything I said and match up with my mouth exactly how it was in the episode? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's do it. And Pangina, I hope you got paid overtime for that because you killed
Absolutely.
it. You killed it. You definitely did the ADR.
I mean, they literally had to go and transcribe everything she said, give her a playback so she could look at it as she's going and recording everything she just said. Like, nobody says the same things the same way twice.
Right.
We'll just do something on the fly and we'll go, and then it's like, okay, what did you say? I don't remember exactly how I said it. I said something to the effect of. They had to go and transcribe that whole conversation, make sure she had a playback, watch the playback as she it's like she was, like you said, like the voiceovers for cartoons and everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mhm.
I hope they gave us some more money because baby, that is not easy to do. And she
Right.
did it. And the editing they fixed it right. It sounded, it matched the voice, like we wasn't getting like the old school Bruce Lee movies where it was da da ba ba ba, and then it was action happening. Like we didn't get that. It was
Yep.
on the money, matched up to what
Mhm.
she was saying, so it looked like it was done right. But it was still driving me nuts. I was like, oh man. But I do agree. Once you heard the original recordings, you're like, oh
Yeah.
no,
No.
yeah,
And
they
those were
needed
probably
that.
the better parts, like where, oh, this is actually, you can understand what she's saying here. So we'll keep this. So that makes me
Hmm.
really curious about how it sounded for the parts that they couldn't use.
That's so
Yeah.
wild, so wild.
Yeah.
But we do have that, and we have Pangina coming in to announce the mini challenge, and the mini challenge was Riri. Y'all know I can't do it. Caspian, I'm gonna say
I wouldn't even try.
Calcium. Calcium. I don't know. Y'all know but it's like London Bridges for us. Like it's London Bridges is what we call it
Yeah,
here
we
in
all have like a similar
a
version of
version of that
this.
game where you go under the bridge and they trap you, and if you get trapped, you're out. Well, in our version, we swing you back and forth first, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but they
Lord.
had to go into quick drag, into kid drag, cute little girl drag. And then when they came back, I was like, where are the little girls? I don't see little girls in any of
I
these
did.
looks. I see hookers, I see moms, I see um
I see
very
too
much
much skin. I see
too much
too much
skin
skin for a kid category.
for kids. Absolutely.
Lord. No, but like the fact that who was it? Was it Siam that was just
Mm-hmm.
kept walking backwards, trying to stop everyone? She is
Yep.
shady, but I loved every minute of it. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, it was smart. Like I guess the girls on the side were like singing the song, and so she was just timing it. She was in the front, so she got to kind of control the pace that everybody was going. So she would wait. Okay, now I can go. She would go, and then another person would fall trap to her scheme, and it happened over and over and over again until there were two people left. It was just her and Nani Sapphira, and then we we saw the strategy kind of backfire because
Yeah.
when she was ready to start walking, Nani said, "Nope, we're not moving. We're not moving. We're not moving. Okay, now we're moving." Bam, and she was out. And ZP was fun because she tried to do like this back bend, but she was still out.
Yeah, a few of the girls had some funny moments when they were getting eliminated, like trying to run away from or like the backbend. It was a lot of fun. Like this felt very like I felt very nostalgic about this whole
Yep.
situation.
Yeah, it was lighthearted. It was a fun little challenge. It wasn't nothing too serious. I love the back bend. Like you said, I love when she's like, no. It's like that would be something I would try to do and then hurt myself and then have to just not play anymore anyway. But it was fun. But um, it was cute. Nothing major. Nothing crazy. Nothing too. You know, I just thought it was fun. It was. I so far the mini challenges been good. I like them.
Mhm.
I like
Mhm.
them so far.
Oh, we
But
have
the
a
mini challenge,
banger.
I was
Oh,
going
sorry.
to that. Don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. Look, my friend, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. No, I'm
Sorry.
just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, our winner was Nani Safira. Period.
Yay.
And yeah, she was the last one. She was pushing people out the way, and I was like, "Work! You trying to win?" And she won. She wins, and she gets to be the first person to pick and to pick everybody else's order of what they are going to use in today's maxi challenge, which is a ball. And they had three categories. First category was swimsuit out of space.
Swimming out of space. Yeah.
Swimsuit out of space was swimming out of space. Swimsuit, but swimming out of space.
Yes.
Whatever.
Mhm.
This told me swimsuit out of space, so that's what I went by. And then the next one was Thai touristic,
Sci
Thai
futuristic.
Thai
futuristic,
futuristic.
Thai futuristic, Thai touristic. If if you special like myself. And the last one was ET,
E-
ET
It's
Vening
evening
Gown,
ET evening gown.
ET
in the
Vening
universe.
Gown. Yes, gown in the universe, evening gown in the universe.
Yes.
So they had to make the ET Vening
Evening
gown in the
gown.
universe. The ET Vening gown in the universe. They had to make that one there, and that is where Nani was able to pick her materials first, and then she picked the materials for everyone else, and they had to pick not only one unconventional fabric or thing, and then they had to
Fabric.
pick a color, a fabric, a plaid fabric that is from a tie pattern fabric. And so I'm not gonna go through the order of they went, but everybody got
No.
stuff. Some people got things that they
These
like.
materials are wild. These
It was
materials were
wild.
wild.
We
Like
had
the
fans
bowls,
and bowls
metal,
and
wood, plastic.
trays, rugs. It was a lot of stuff, a lot of different items that they had to use.
I
Some
feel
people were
like
happy with what they had. Some people
mhm.
not so much. Not so much.
I feel like normal girls, like in normal seasons, like in US seasons, would have had an aneurysm if you'd have given them like a silver bowl and said, make a dress out of this. Like, I would have lost my damn mind trying to figure this out. So immediately I was confused, and immediately I was like, whatever they come up with, I'm impressed.
Hmm. And I think it did help that it wasn't purely unconventional materials
Mm-hmm.
because they had the fabric, and the fabric, I will say the fabric was stunning on pretty much everybody. Like I really loved the material they had with the cloth. So
Yeah.
uh at
It's the
least they
best
had that.
fabric that I've seen in a lot of
Hmm.
different runways. Like some of the design challenges, some of that fabric, you were like, "What did you go to the dollar
Yep.
store for this fabric? This fabric is horrible." But then this was really good, like you said, good fabric, great colors. I mean,
Hmm.
all the colors were great colors, and it was tie pattern fabric, so it made sense for it to just because they just know what they're doing. It's just so good. It was so good. I enjoyed. I'll wear a dress in any of those colors because they were very good color patterns for that. But we do see they go and they get all their materials and they go to work. It's time to go to work and figure out what to do. Pangina comes back and has conversations with everybody about seeing their sketches, seeing what they did, what their ideas are. I mean, I felt like Pangina gave a little advice to a few people, but not everybody, which I was kind of like, huh, that's interesting. Everybody don't get the advice. Just a couple of people got a little nuggets like, you should do this, but you should do this. But you should maybe think about this. But not everybody got that, and I found that to be interesting. I don't
Yeah,
know if
no,
y'all thought it was interesting.
a few of the girls just straight up got that. Oh yeah, that would look good from Pangina, and that's it. Like, I did definitely want to see more. Like like Pangina helped the girls more with what they're coming up with and like what she does like and what she didn't like, because I truly felt like overall I didn't like it wasn't like really like she wasn't really helping that much, like for real. So I still think Pangina is a bit nervous, so, which is why she still is like not as open with the girls as she should be right now. I think she's still a little bit nervous. So hopefully she keeps breaking out of her shell more and more throughout the season. But I felt like she's still a little bit nervous, and that's why maybe she didn't really help a few of the girls as much as she should have.
Yeah, I also think it's really hard to help them with the looks that we had, because since they do have so much cloth, like the sky's the limit with what they can do. So I think a lot of them had really good drawings. It's just like, can you execute it? And
Hmm.
it's really hard as a host to know whether or not they're going to be able to pull it off. So I think she was just kind of optimistic for everybody and didn't have a lot of constructive feedback, because hardly any of them like presented disasters on the paper. So
That's very true.
Yeah, that's also
I agree.
yeah.
I think the a lot of people has the ones that she was like go forth and do is because their sketches were good.
mhm.
They're good
Mhm.
sketches. And it was like, okay,
Go forth and do. I love
go
that.
forth and
Go
do.
forward.
I mean, because sometimes that you just gotta let folks go forth and do, baby.
Go
Just
forth and do.
go forth and do. Um, but and I think the ones who she felt like needed the help, maybe she was like, maybe you can tweak this a little bit. Maybe you can do this. Maybe think about doing that. But I think a lot, like you said, a lot of them had good sketches. It was about can you execute it though?
Right.
Mhm.
And you don't. If, it ain't her place to say yes or no. You can or cannot execute it. It's like you think you got it, and they be like, yeah, I think I can do it. Go forth and do. It's like just go
Go
because
for it.
go forth, my child, and do. And some of them did, and some of them didn't. But
If you've made it this far, please in the comments leave a comment saying go forth and do.
Yeah,
go
please.
forth and do. Right. Let me know how far you watched the video. You said you watched it. Go forth and do, my
Go
child.
forth and do.
Um, but so they're working hard, and a lot of people are getting annoyed with a couple of girls because they doing a bang bang
With
bang bang.
Frankie.
It was
But
Frankie
like
in particular, but I'm like, I don't know what y'all wanted her to do because she had these metal things that she had to bang out, and y'all just had to sit there and listen to her do that over and over and over and okay, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that to y'all no
yeah,
more.
like
Over again.
yeah, like what else was Frankie supposed to do other than like
Go
Mhm.
outside.
I
Y'all
go?
want
mean,
her to
that's
go
Yeah.
what they do in
outside?
the US version. I don't know if they have the capabilities in the studio that they're at, but like we saw like Gottmik spray painting fabric
Mm-hmm.
outside. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the only possible solution I could think of, but I don't know if they were allowed to.
That's what I was like. We don't know if they could go out or not, but
Yeah.
I don't know what they wanted her to do 'cause besides leaving the whole workroom, but she had to bang that stuff out to make you gave her metal things to use. She got to work with it. So They were just like, "Oh my god, this banging is not even minutes, it's hours and hours." I'm like, "You think it's gonna take 15 seconds to bang out some metal things? No, she had to shape that and bang it. No,
Mhm.
Yeah, don't
I
be
ain't no
annoyed at
designer.
Frankie. Be annoyed at production for giving her for like
Absolutely,
because
Right.
who in production had this idea that these metal bowls were a good choice?
that's a
Because
good
I'm
idea.
just like,
That's a good idea.
hello,
That's a good idea. We should
Right.
give them metal
Lord.
to work with, work because they're welders. That's what they do, right? Yeah. But They, it really wasn't a whole lot of anything.
Right.
It
I think.
was just work to work, and
Mhm.
doing what we gotta
Yeah,
do.
We did have that next day conversation. You alluded to it
Yes,
earlier. So
yes.
I guess Frankie got pretty upset with Spicy during that whole initial conversation, and Spicy was like, "You're giving me daggers, looking at me like that." And Frankie felt like it was going both ways, but Frankie was the one to step forward and reach out to Spicy and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry for giving that glare to you. I just was in my feelings at the time, and I was happy to see them quickly make up and move past that." So yeah,
Hmm.
that I think that was one of the only like workroom conversations we got,
That
honestly.
literally, I think that literally
yeah,
was the only conversation we got,
yeah.
And
and
this is also where I realized the Spicy's kind of cute. I think I think Spicy might be my trade of the season.
oh,
I think so.
oh,
Maybe,
oh.
yeah,
Hmm.
Well, then we really just went right, in our judging panel. Yeah, I'm gonna just say this: these, this panel is probably my favorite judging panels thus far because we're at episode 2 and everybody understands the assignment. Every single person understands the assignment. They understand what they're going for. Now, this look from Pangina, it's wild. It's wild. But I kind of love it. I kind of love it. It's about, I like last week's better? Yes. But I still kind of like this one. And it's wild. I I don't know, but this panel gets it. They get it. All of them are serving, and I love it.
yeah. This silhouette is truly insane. This these hips, these like square hips are wild to me. This silhouette is amazing. Pangina looks amazing. This hair is beautiful. And the entire panel, truly, like you said, Lana, just understood the assignment with what they had to do. And they all look like cohesive together, which like we don't normally get with a full judging panel. Normally everyone does their own little thing. This feels like a cohesive like group of people that are like doing a theme together, and I really enjoy that. So I really enjoyed all of the fashions here.
Hmm. I agree. Yeah, I think Pangina's on track to be the best dressed host of the year. Like it might happen because we're 2 for 2 so far. But yeah, everybody looks great. I I am just it's so weird for me to see Art Aria in just straight up wig because when she hosted the first 2 seasons, it was often like headpieces or like wraps and not like just a straight up wig. So I'm like, that's not the art I know, but I'm kind of into it. I want to see the head wraps too because those were always cute. But she looks great.
I mean, she gave us the hood last week, so I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, all right, I'm not that mad. But yeah, they are all serving. The guest judge was Maria Lynn Aaron,
Miss
and
Universe.
Miss
huh,
Universe.
Miss Universe definitely, and Miss Thailand, 2016, Miss Universe 2017. Or it might be back. No, that's the same one. But yeah, we love that for her. She was there, and she was there on a great night because it was the ball, so pageant balls, and she's a pageant queen. So, duh, it kind of works. It's the best. But we we're gonna get y'all know y'all know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I know y'all like, where's the looks? You need to go to look over here to see our thoughts about the looks and everything. But we're gonna just talk about the result. 'Cause like we said, it was not a lot of anything, a lot of fluff or anything in this. And since the whole Maxi challenge is the ball, that's where most of our time is going to be at talking about that on Look Over Here. So you need to go check out Look Over Here when it comes out to get the rest of the story. But our top three this week was Benza Diva, Nani Safira, and ZP. Now, do we agree with this top three? Would they be your top three?
Hmm.
I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
don't think so
so
either.
we haven't done our scores yet for the
Yes.
looks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just thinking about the challenge, I think I had two pretty clear people that would have been in my top, and then I'm trying to figure out who the third would be. But my pretty clear tops actually would have been Siam
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and Gigi. I thought both of them were
Mm.
very consistently strong in
Okay.
all three looks. But then I'm like, who is the third person? I honestly, I think it probably would have been one of these three, but I'm not sure which one. Um, I maybe ZP. I think it might have been ZP is the third one for me.
And this
I
is you basing it off of the third look mostly heavily, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
well, I did kind of my averages and my scores, and according to my scores, I would only had one of these people in my top three. That person being ZB. The other two would have been Siam,
Hmm.
which actually I think was my favorite overall.
Same.
Mm.
And then Shotgun. I had Shotgun pretty high up there.
Mm. Mm.
I don't know why. There was something about it. I think it must have been like I don't know. I really don't know. I think I really enjoyed the look that she made a lot more than the looks that she brought.
Mm.
Like I gave her a pretty high score for her evening gown,
Mm.
but like I told this to Lana. Overall, this was a like very close like ball. Like everyone did pretty well, and so I could have seen you switch out like a lot of people for this third spot in the top, and I wouldn't have been
Mm.
upset. Like
Mm.
Bensi was like my no Nani. Nani was my fourth, and I would have been absolutely okay if she
Hmm.
had gotten switched out. So like I understand this top three, and I kind of agree
Mm.
with it. Like I get why these were chosen.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I feel like I know, and everybody bases their decisions on different things, and I know the third look is probably the most important because it's the one that they made there. But it was just like some of these girls had some really incredible looks that they brought for me kind of out
Frankie.
duh, duh. That kind of outshined even what they made, and I'm like, I don't care. Don't
Hmm.
care. Did you see this look? You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I think these three are a good three. I'm not
Hmm.
mad at any of them for being at the top. I think I might have taken Benzie out and put Frankie or even Gigi because I
Oh,
really enjoyed their looks as a whole, but I don't know.
not
I
CM.
don't I'm see him too. Oh, definitely see him.
Okay, because CM
Absolutely
was
see
like
him.
my clear like
Yeah,
CM
absolutely
would have
see
been the
him.
winner for
Yeah,
me tonight.
absolutely see him. Um, I'm still just going by just
Hmm.
thoughts, but I'll know more when I look at the pictures again. Cause
Right.
yeah, but I just it's really it was just a good. I feel like everybody had a good moment on this runway, even if your whole 3-part collection wasn't the best. It was moments where I was just like blown away, and then there was moments where I was like, okay. I
Hmm.
don't think I was underwhelmed by anybody, but I was like, okay, most of the time. It was like, this is good. This is good. Nobody was, I was like, oh. What is that? Like it was not that for me. But I enjoyed these this I can see these three too, but the winner of this week ended up being Nani Safira. And
Mini
yay.
and main winner.
I know, just this was Nani's show. This was Nani's week. And I'm like, good for you, girl.
Mhm.
Like, not mad at it.
No.
And then our bottom three was Godlin, Spicy, Sunshine, and Sriracha. Hot sauce. Get it. To a degree. I don't know if I would have put Godlin in there, but I don't think Godlin would have been in there for me.
No.
Not for me.
But I don't know. I don't know. It was eh, eh, eh. I ain't the judge. We ain't the judge, but I wouldn't have put Godlin down there. But it was okay because she was safe anyway. And the
Mhm.
spicy sunshine, sorry saying that fast 5 times, and sriracha hot sauce was our bottom two.
Yeah. I want to say who I think my bottom three would have been.
Mm-hmm.
And it's between four people, so I'm trying to
Oh,
decide like who is the one that I would have not had in the bottom three. Godlin definitely wouldn't have been down there. I could have had definitely one of these two for sure. I think Kara might would have been in my bottom just based on her
mm,
maid look,
mm-hmm,
especially.
mm-hmm.
I think yeah, hers was one of the weakest. I actually the overall package for and this is wild because she was in the top for Eduardo, but I was not impressed with the overall package from Shotgun. I thought her first
Okay.
two looks especially were pretty weak. I do think her third look, the one she made, was actually my favorite of hers. So that might have kept her out of the bottom. But yeah, I think honestly I would have had um Kara and Shotgun instead of Godland and Spicy.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. That's interesting. I would have. I agreed with both Spicy and Sriracha being in the bottom. Like overall, I felt like they were just not really wowing me with both their broad looks and with what they made. So like I did feel like they were the ones that had the weakest packages overall. And then I wouldn't have Gotland in the bottom. I would have switched Tara out for Kara. I felt like Kara might like her maid look. Like there were a lot of few details throughout the entire thing where I was just like, I don't know if I like this. And like overall, the score just kept getting a little bit lower.
Mhm.
So yeah, Kara would have probably been in my bottom three, but she would have been saved and I would have agreed with this bottom two.
Okay. But eventually we had a lip sync between Spicy and Sriracha. I think the song was called Boo by Maria. I don't know. It and on this thing it has it in Thai, so I can't
Mm.
read that. So, but I think it was called Boom or Boom or something.
Oh,
But
Boom sounds familiar. I think
it's
that's what
not.
it was.
I think that's what it was. But we saw the lip sync. What did y'all think about the lip sync? What were your thoughts? Because I had a clear winner on this lip sync.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good lip sync overall. I thought both of them really you could tell that they were really thoughtful with the lyrics and really
Mm-hmm.
selling it with the face. I do think one person came out of the gate stronger and the other one held back until the end, and then it might have been a little too late for her at that point. But for me, I do think Spicy was consistently energetic, and for me, I would have given it to Spicy, but I do think Sarasha made a good attempt near the end. It was just a little too late.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I felt like overall Spicy just was consistently energetic and consistently like doing good stuff. And Sriracha felt a little bit defeated for me. Like it felt at some moments like, oh, this is my second time in the bottom, like twice in
Mm,
a row. This is like it felt like she knew that this was gonna happen. Like there was nothing that she could really do to stay in this competition. Like space sorry, words are hard today. Especially against Spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Spicy is such a good performer, and so I felt like she felt a little bit defeated from the very beginning. Yes, she did like build, and she kept doing better and better. But like you said, David, it felt like it was a little bit too late once she like really got to where I wanted her to be.
Absolutely, I agree. I think she started defeated. She started defeated. She started the whole thing off feeling like, why am I here? Why am I doing this again? Why do I have to perform one more time for my life? And it was just like, ugh. And so the energy wasn't there. But then I think that it grew. She kind of was like, okay, let me fight and, fight to do better and better. But like, it was the half song was over. It was done.
Hmm.
And I think by that time people had already made up their minds. The judges was like, okay. And I was like, we see what's going on. But eventually, Sarasha Hot Sauce was eliminated.
Mm.
Unfortunately. Um, she did the best she could. And I appreciated Sarasha in this competition. She took it with class. She was very, you know, classy and made a graceful exit. Sarasha, you ate up though. And it's okay to be first. You'll be
Yeah.
the first shall be last sometimes. So
Yeah, I think she still had a pretty good showing. For me, like I wasn't
mhm.
here last week. I disagreed with everybody because I was like, oh, I thought Sarasha was actually pretty good with the belly dancing. She would not have been close to my bottom two. So I liked her talent. I liked her personality. I liked some of her looks in this episode too. So she should be proud of what she did. Like I'm gonna miss her, I think.
I am. Her belly dancing
Yeah.
was fine. It was just underwhelming next to everybody else.
Not for me. I had more underwhelming ones.
We
if
we
you want to
the two
hear,
people. You want to
if
hear
you
what
want to
we
hear
talked
more of
about
her
that?
thoughts,
Yeah, go check us out
episode
last week.
one.
Mhm.
But David, do we have a draft update?
Yes. But first, I have a question for you, Lana.
Yes.
Do you think that you're here?
I
Do you think that you're here?
I am here now. I am here now.
The way if it had been me ask that question, I would have been like, "What are you asking?
Right? What do you say? You would have been like, what? Do
What?
you
Hello?
think am I here? Hello? Yeah, do you not see me?
Am I
Yes, I'm
invisible?
here. Am I invisible? Wait a what are you
Should I not
talking
think?
about?
Should I not think I'm here?"
What what do you want me to say?
Am I
Pangina? Like,
actually not here?
am
Like,
I
am I
not here?
hallucinating? Like, what?
Baby, I've been asking so many questions. They would have been like, okay, just cut that segment out. We're not gonna even have that. Because I'd have been like, what?
I
What
would
do
have
you
been
mean
like,
am I
okay,
here?
I'm gonna ask some clarifying questions and
Well,
then
I'm
I
like,
will
hold on.
answer.
Right, like,
I
am I
I'm actually
here?
still confused by what she was asking
I
her.
don't even I think she wanted to ask if she
Like, is your
woke,
head in is your
is your
head in the
head in the
game?
game?
Like,
Yes, I
I
think
felt
that's
like
what she
it
meant.
was a question of like, are you present in the
Are you present?
competition?
Is your head in this game? Are you focused on what is happening right now? Or do you really want to be here? And I'm like, are you here?
What if she had been
What?
like, "No, I think I'm in the
No.
Matrix right now. This isn't
Right. I'm
this
in the
isn't
twilight
reality."
zone is what I am
I
in
would have
right
lived
now.
if she had answered that
I
way.
would have said this. That would have been so funny. She'd be like, am I here? No, I think I'm in the Twilight Zone or the Matrix or stuff.
This is a
Because this
dream,
is
right?
wild. What are you? Am I dream? Somebody wake me up because this is crazy. You mean I'm here?
Lord.
Pangina,
But yes,
what?
we have a draft update.
Okay.
Okay.
Pangina, what?
Sorry, I did
Look,
not want to
hold on.
skip over
I'm,
without.
I'm about to say, hold on, David. Can I ask you a question now?
Mhm.
Were you only asking that question because you didn't have the draft update ready yet
I
and you
actually
needed
did
time
have
to
it up.
stall?
I had it up. I had it up for once.
Okay.
I
I
was
was just
ready,
wondering.
believe it or not. It's the
Period.
first time
Yeah, I
ever.
don't know if I believe you, but
Right.
sure.
I don't know, but work.
Okay. In fifth place in the draft with
Mhm.
12.5 points is Brandon.
Mhm.
Fourth place with 17 points is Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Third place with 19 points is our resident evil diva, Lana.
Period. Period.
So that means it's between me and Eduardo. Who could it be?
Mm-hmm.
Second place with 19.5 points is myself, meaning Eduardo is leading with 21.5 points.
Yay!
Work.
Good job.
Well,
Work,
I
work,
had
work.
two of the top three today, so
That helps.
Mm-hmm.
that
That
really
definitely
helps.
helps a
I had
lot.
the winner, high placement, and a safe girl.
hmm
So
Everybody I had
overall,
was safe, safe, safe.
Yep. I had a winner and two safes.
I had safe, safe, and safe again. So it is what it is. I will say last week I was tied for first place. So this is weird dropping down to third
Mm,
place. I'm like, I don't like that. So
not by
somebody needs
much.
no, not by much. But I we will just say a 17 or I have 17
You
or
have
19.
19. I have 19.5.
19.5. So
hmm
yeah, yeah,
So
not by
that mini
much.
challenge
Yes.
uh that
98 up this
Nani
week.
won. Yep.
98 up this week for you. So that's great.
hmm
But
yes.
that is that, y'all. We have talked about all we're gonna talk about on the recap. But we're not done talking yet because we have 33 looks to go through. 11 girls, 3 looks. We got a lot to talk about on Look Over Here. So
Yep.
buckle
So
up and
yes, go forth and do watch Look Over Here
yeah,
when it
please
ends.
go forth
Go
and
forth
do.
and watch, please.
Go forth and do. Watch us do talk about 33 looks on Look Over Here. But we will be back next week to talk about all things Thailand Drag Race. And look, who knows who'll be here next week? We all might be here. Some of us might not be here. Some other people might join us. But nonetheless, a podcast will happen with Thailand episode 3, which we find out is what was it? I looked at the was it it's the girl groups.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's the
that's right.
girl groups next week. And so I was like, oh, okay, work. Let's see what
Sriracha
happens
would
with
have actually I would have been so pissed if I was Sriracha because Sriracha I
Mm,
feel like would have done well in this challenge. So I would have
mm,
been so pissed if I was Sriracha.
but sorry, Sriracha. But we do have girl groups next week, so I'm looking forward to that. I enjoy girl groups, so see what happens. We've had 3 good girl groups this year in Drag Race, so very excited to see how this plays out.
yeah, I
Um,
don't think we've had it on Thailand before.
they didn't do it
I don't think
really.
like everything's like they do
No.
not follow the normal structure in the first two
Mhm.
seasons of Thailand.
Well,
Okay,
also the first two seasons happened kind of before it got popular to do like the
girl
girl
Right.
group.
group challenge because the girl group challenge really got like became a
UK put it
thing.
on the map.
Yeah, kind of UK put it in the map and like All Stars 2 kind of also really like put it out there into the world, so it was not like there yet. So this is our first Thailand girl group.
So that makes me even more excited. So we want to see what these girls could do. But we'll be back next week to talk about it. And we hope you're back with us. Follow us on all of our socials. I mean, not our socials. Follow us on our podcast links. All those will be in the description below. Our audio podcast listening channels. That link is down there as well. You can hit that up. Uh, and you can follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can follow the 3 of us if you'd like.
Don't
And if
follow
you
Logan, even though they're
you
listed
you
there.
you can follow
No,
Logan.
I'm
That's
kidding.
I
so rude.
guess.
I guess. I mean, they ain't here, but you can still follow them if you want. But and you can get your cup merch at Lana G's Creations. All those links are in the description below. We got to go talk about looks because apparently looks are on my brain right now. So
Mhm.
we're gonna get out of here. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye. Go forth and do. I cut David off, he was trying to say, but I cut him off. But go forth and do.
You
Thank
did. Go
you.
forth and do. Do you think you're
Bye.
here?
I don't know where I am, honestly.
I'm in the Matrix.